Success! While it's no megawatt of power, I do have 4 of these Vator 200 amp hour, 25.6 volt lithium iron phosphate batteries, all successfully wired up and tested out. Now, the first thing I will point out is, even though it says 200 amp hours, we have 4 of them in parallel, so I get to use all 200 amp hours of each of the batteries, so that's 800 amp hours. So if we do the math, 25.6 times 800 equals just a little over 20,000 watt hours of battery power. So that's a lot more than it eventually shipped with. I did put overcurrent protection on each one of the batteries because these, although the BMS does have a cutout because it maxes out at 200 amps, I figured 250 cable was more than sufficient. Over here, it's going to be very difficult to see, but I have a bus bar down below and another bus bar above, one for negative, one for positive. This was quite the ordeal to make this all look decent. And then over here, I did have 2 because it is a 24 volt system. I still do need 12 volt for some of the components. So I have 2 Victron Orion DC to DC converters. Basically, these are battery simulators. They'll take in 24 volts, put out 12 volts, and each one is rated at about 70 amps continuous use. So those are in parallel. That gives me about 140 amps of continuous use. They will peak up to 85. And even on this one, the house is overcurrent protection at 150. I shouldn't get anywhere close to that because I'll be changing out most of the bulbs to LEDs from the incandescents that were on there. The last thing I added was right here, a Victron battery maintainer. This is actually for the chassis batteries right here. There is no way for the system that was installed by Liberty, the original converter, for the generator, the shore power, or the batteries to charge the chassis batteries when you're plugged in. So they always had a battery charger right here. It goes to its own outlet, so when you're plugged in and running the generator, it would keep the batteries topped off. The one that was there was trash, and I needed the space anyway, so I went with a nice Victron one. It's a battery maintainer. It only puts out about 5 amps maximum at 24 volts to keep those topped off. Back here was the original battery charger, and yeah, it wasn't very good, so we're good on that now.